The globe's top health watchdog just dropped a bombshell that's got everyone buzzing like a beehive on fire. And it's hitting the fancy folks in that big old British castle harder than a surprise rainstorm at a picnic. Skip the usual gossip about outfits or awkward family dinners. This is big-time stuff, worldwide drama. The media hounds? They're flipping out worse than a pup chasing its tail after too much caffeine. So, here's the scoop. One of the world's top health leaders, Dr. Tedros, the big boss at the World Health Organization, just made a move that's got everyone talking. With a big grin, he stepped up and tossed some major props to Prince Harry, linking him to things like global respect, helping folks out in real ways, and honestly, straight up keeping people alive when it matters most. This isn't just about a royal title, it's about real action and impact. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy steering the world's health ship just gave a shout-out to the Duke that's impossible to twist or brush off. It's not every day you see someone at the top of global health giving such a public nod to a royal for their humanitarian work. This wasn't some half-hearted pat on the back like, "Nice to see ya, grab a snack." No, it was real deep appreciation, genuine respect for the work Harry's been putting in, and a recognition that goes beyond the usual formalities. Dr. Tedros even talked about how cool it was crossing paths with Harry at that college spot, where they connected over shared goals and a passion for making a difference. It's not just about shaking hands, it's about building partnerships for good. He threw love at Harry's dedication through his Archewell group, highlighting all the good deeds and positive changes they've sparked. From supporting mental health to championing community projects, Archewell's impact is getting noticed on a global scale. And get this, Dr. Tedros zeroed in on Harry's role in getting sick folks out of Gaza for urgent medical help. That's not just a headline, it's real lives being saved, thanks to coordinated efforts and a commitment to humanitarian values. Picture that, not just fancy events or quick hellos, but actually linking people in tough spots to survival chances. It's about rolling up your sleeves, stepping into crisis zones, and making sure help gets to those who need it most. That's the kind of recognition that truly matters. Over in the UK, those rag sheets are in total scramble mode, trying to keep up with the whirlwind of royal news. They've been pushing this image of Harry as the backup guy, the outsider, the troublemaker with no real game. But is that really the full story? But boom, there he is rubbing elbows with world bigwigs, getting nods not for his family tree but for what he's actually doing. He's making waves on the global stage. That's got a sting for the castle's spin doctors, who are used to controlling the narrative. You can't knock the head honcho, a figure of immense influence and respect. This ain't a random chatterbox or some shadowy insider. It's a voice that carries weight. It's the top dog at a global outfit. His say-so packs a punch internationally, and his endorsement is no small thing. And he picked Harry to spotlight, highlighting his contributions to global health initiatives. Now think about how this paints the royal crew. Up in their posh pads, the brother's probably practicing his grumpy face, looking all important, while his fans swear that throwing a neighborhood tea bash matches up to flipping the script on worldwide aid. It's a stark contrast. The side-by-side is just awkward, highlighting the difference between real-world impact and ceremonial duties. Harry's tied to real outcomes, folks getting care, lives hanging on. His work is tangible and immediate. The other side? Still sketching out vague ideas on stuff like weather shifts that might happen someday. It doesn't add up, and the contrast is glaring. But hey, let's get real. That health org doesn't toss compliments around like confetti at a party. They're picky, thoughtful, planet-spanning. When they talk, it's meaningful. They only shine lights on folks really pushing things forward. So Tedros giving Harry this nod, huge deal. It's like solid proof, honey. Global proof. No fancy British twist can wipe it away. Diving into the Gaza angle, 'cause that's where Harry's stuff hits hard. That area's been through hell. Buildings wrecked, supplies thin, people uprooted. The health group's push to move patients out isn't some side gig, it's a rescue line. Archewell jumping in shows Harry and his partner aren't just posing for pics in charity land. They're diving into the mess, using their pull, spotlights and networks to tackle big crises, not just hometown fluff. Stack that against the royals' go-to hobby, sticking their label on a pamphlet, popping in for a quick glam appearance, flashing grins for snaps and dipping out quicker than a ghost at dawn. Whoops, slipped that in? Yeah, 'cause it's spot on. The whole setup's nailed fake good deeds down pat. But this duo, they're flipping the script on what giving back means. And man, the freakout in those newsrooms has to be epic. Imagine the buzz, the frantic energy as journalists scramble to piece together the latest scoop, each one trying to outdo the other in capturing the most sensational angle. Picture the mess among the royal watchers. They're sifting through every detail, every whisper, trying to predict the next big headline. Some suits slamming a desk, grumbling, "How do we flip this?" The pressure is on to spin the narrative, to make it compelling enough to grab attention. While a writer huddles over a cold drink, hammering keys for Harry, chasing spotlight even with the facts screaming no. It's a relentless pursuit, a race against time to craft the perfect story. It's almost funny how desperate it gets. The lengths they'll go to for a headline that sticks, the absurdity of it all. Pulling back a bit, the UK press keeps yapping that Harry and crew are yesterday's news across the ocean. Faded, forgotten. Yet they can't stop talking about them, for real. 'Cause the health bigwigs clearly dig it. World players notice, aid groups pay attention, they're tuned in, aware of the impact, and tons of folks seeing the changes care too. They're inspired, motivated to act, to be part of something bigger. What ignores it? The papers, who'd rather churn out endless bits on neutral clothes than own up to Harry making waves in life-saving zones. It's a choice, a deliberate focus on the trivial over the transformative. And the visuals? Those simple shots of Harry with Tedros at the school? Not shiny mag covers, not posed fluff. They're raw, strong. They scream focus, presence tied to bigger causes. It's real guiding without the show. Power minus the fake. Here's the twist. Harry didn't hype this up. No calls to reporters, no big announcements begging for eyes. He just rolled up his sleeves. The kudos rolled in on their own. That's the gap between real helping and staged obligations. One's all show, the other's results. And honestly, everybody's catching on. Can't skip his partner in this. Archewell's their team effort, her roots in aid work, from big orgs to street-level pushes, shape its core. Together they've crafted a setup that boosts both their vibes, so when Tedros tips his hat to Archewell, it's for the pair. This is their combo smart, kind-hearted, rolling strong. While the castle's stuck in a loop of mess-ups. One day fake makeup tales, next Harry bashing, then outfit obsessions. Overlooking how some brands they hype crash hard. That's not building something lasting, that's just trend spinning. Harry's eyeing the long game though, true lasting stuff. Books of the past don't note castle tours or dress counts. They mark who jumped into tough times, lifted others, changed things. That's why this health org nod counts big. Not a flash headline, a chunk of unfolding story. Pondering Harry's path too. Raised in a system where helping meant boxed-in logo-stamped stunts. It was all act, linked to ranks and looks. He wasn't meant to bust out and redefine it. Yet look at him, showing helping ain't about shiny headgear. It's heart, guts, stick to it. He's walking proof that true sway comes from being there, not flaunting. This spotlight's a rough spot for the royals, minus Harry. Their helping seems thin. Without him, they're recycling old poses, clinging to labels while he grabs hold of real people stuff. And the planet's tuned in. So props to the guy, Prince Harry, showing staying in the game ain't about walls, jewels, or paper nods. It's the folks you reach, the grind you put in, the respect you snag. The health crew just backed it. While the castle buffs gems and papers cook up fibs, Harry's mark glows stronger. 'Cause bottom line, Harry skips the fancy hat. His is just being human. And that one, unlike the locked away kind, stays shiny forever. Keep eyes peeled, 'cause if this is the vibe, their rise is kicking off. And the royal scramble, already cranked to max.